Hello YouTubers, welcome back to another video of GQ Auto Diagnostics and Repair, where our job is to save you money. Okay, 2001 Chevy Silverado 3500 HD 6.6 turbo diesel with a automatic transmission, 4x4. It's a dually, and we're going to show you here how we're going to remove and replace the steering gearbox, because it's leaking right to the shaft where it connects to the pitman arm. Let me give you a little bit of a close-up. Know what I'm talking about. Right here, you probably can see it right there. Okay, it's not coming from the top. The top is pretty dry, so that right there, that seal is bad. So we're going to replace it. So I decided to make a video last minute. So I'm going to show you along what I've done already. So far you can see right there, might be able to see, yeah, right there is disconnect the pitman arm. Hold on. Excuse me. Oh. The idle control arm from the center bar right there. Already disconnect those. For that one, it's easy if you have one of this tools. Make it very easy and convenient. That's done. So the next thing that I'm going to do right now, I'm going to disconnect the sway bar, because I'm going to replace those bushings last. But by removing the sway bar, I believe I'm going to be able to bring the sway bar towards the front of the vehicle and drop it down, so that give me that little bit extra clearance, so that when the time comes to remove this one, but the more important, when I have to reinstall it, I have less things on my way, so I can just make my life a lot easier. All right, so as always, if you're new to the channel, thank you for watching. Thank you for checking out the channel, and if you have a minute, a second, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Ring that notification bell so you can be notified every single time I upload a new video. Also, if you are already a subscriber, welcome back. Thank you. If you find any value in this video, please hit that like button so you can help us with a YouTube algorithm. We can reach more people like you and potentially help somebody else to save money. All right, without any further ado, let's get right into the video. Okay, a couple things. This is going to be 10mm both sides, and we have to disconnect the shaft coming from the steering wheel to the steering gear. So right now I have the bolt pointing down. That's going to be 11mm. I have this swivel here, so I'm going to disconnect that. Place the camera somewhere so I don't knock it down, and hopefully I can just show you as much as I possibly can with the angle. Okay. There is. There you have it. Don't lose this bolt. Okay, the next thing that you guys have to do here is very, very critical. Okay, you can see how this the hub is pointing a little bit towards the left, because I already had this steering wheel center. So right there it is center. Okay, so the wheels are pointing straight up. The reason I'm saying this is a very, very important step, because if you don't pay attention, and you disconnect the steering gear from the shaft, and you rotate the steering wheel more revolutions, or turn more than it's supposed to, you can damage the clock spring. So you will have an airbag coat after this repair. And guess what? If it wasn't there already, you created it. So make sure you follow this single step. And the way I like to do it, I like to secure this, as you can see, so that way this is no problem. Okay, and next, make sure also disconnect the battery. Disconnect the battery so you don't accidentally create more issues there with the airbag system. All right, so we got that disconnected. The next thing is going to be remove those sway bar bushings. I'm gonna use a deep socket. We're gonna go into this side. Right here. And soon, I got a great news for you guys. Soon, I'm going to be building my garage. Can't wait. That'll be awesome. Okay, now we're gonna have to disconnect the link connectors so we can just move it forward and get that extra room. I gotta replace those anyway, so might as well just go ahead and remove them now and save a bunch of time in between. So those are what? So 13 millimeters, about half an inch shorter. Let me get the sockets. $14 millimeter. Apologize for telling you wrong. 14, let's see how much we can. Now here on this one, the top is like the washer is has the nut there, so we're gonna just hold it here. Pliers that I have handy. Okay, so that's one. This is the one I was talking about. You see, it doesn't have a head to put a wrench on it. It's that. So we're gonna save all this so we can show our customer that we actually old parts versus the new parts. So that way it's easy for people to see it. And I understand what they are actually paying for. I move the camera because it's possible. And now that we remove this sway bar, you're just going to lean forward and let me adjust the camera again and hit our possible that the sway bar is just gonna come down and hit the camera. I don't want to break my tool. My camera is another tool. Come on. So got this. Got this. There, and even if you don't show this to the customer because you have that long relationship that you develop with them, it's nice to put everything back the way you remove it, so that way in case you're a new technician, you forget how things should go, you have something to go back and, oh yeah. So just FYI. There it is. Boom, boom. Excellent. All right, fantastic. So we're moving along. I'm gonna pause the video for a second because I need to see my next strategy, what direction I'm going to attack this, because I remove here the inner fender well, because right here it is the two hoses, the pressure hose and the return hose for the gearbox. So I gotta disconnect that. I gotta put something underneath to collect all that fluid, so that way I don't make a mess. Let me do that. I will come back and continue with the video. All right, so I disconnect those two hoses, the power steering pressure hose and the return hose. I'm collecting the oil, and the only thing I used was an 18mm wrench. Pretty easy, pretty straightforward right there. So I don't think you guys need to see me doing that. The next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go and disconnect that bolt, so that way I can slide the shaft from here a little bit more while I disconnect it from the gearbox. Now it's funny that one thing that I noticed here, let me bring the camera there, it says there exactly what I told you before as a caution. Okay, so to help avoid damage and possible malfunction of an airbag system, do not rotate steering shaft with the steering shaft disconnect from the steering gearbox. Okay, so there you go. 2 reminders right there. Don't do it. All right, so I believe that's 15mm. So we're gonna get there. Remove it. 15. And I apologize for the poor lighting here, but so much I can do. Okay. So I'm gonna stop the video and disconnect the shaft. I need 2 hands. Alright guys, so I ended up disconnecting the steering shaft right through here. I use this brake bar and I went right through here, and I just a little at the time, I just come out really easy, no problemos. So everything is disconnected at this point. So the last thing that I must do is just remove the 3 bolts. I already disconnect one. Okay, remove one. Just like to leave them there, so it's easy to find them, I guess. So I got excuse me, gotta remove the other 2, and I'm going to I'll remove this and just remove it. two out of the way. And this is 21 millimeter, by the way. What is 13, 16? If you have either or, you should be good to go. Now here is what I really would like to have a second person, so you can just use both hands. But again, I gotta do what I gotta do. It's one of the perks of working alone, but that's all right. That's all right. There you go. Oh, okay. So far it's good. It's not as bad as I thought it's gonna be. So there you have it, guys. Steering gearbox removal on a 2001 Chevy Silverado 3500 HD 4x4 automatic transmission. There you have it, how to remove it. And if you have any other way to do it, you want to share it, leave it on the comment section below. I would like to read about it. But that's how I did it. I hope this is easy enough for some of you guys. You can do it at home, and surprisingly you don't need any fancy tools or anything like that. Probably the bigger tool that you guys gonna need is going to be the tool to disconnect the pitman arm from the gearbox, because this one, I believe the customer said he's recently replaced that one, probably like a few months ago. So technically that should be okay, but I'm gonna check it. If you need it. If it doesn't, well, we just remove it and put it into the new one, into the new gearbox. Again, if you got any value out of this video, you learn anything, please give it a thumb up, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and like always, do your best, forget the rest. God bless, and I will see you in the next video. Later.